Welcome back to Consciousness Explained series. This is Shiva. Today we are going to see an open secret state. It is a world history riddle novel which is in a different format than our usual stuff. And mostly north side is made up of very rough cold weather, mountainous, have resources hard to reach, and have a large landscape. It starts with Taochi, Confuci, and Emchin were three siblings. And Taochi lived in harmony with nature, knows a secret code technique that's hard to practice or teach. So those techniques had to be practiced, cannot be really taught due to paradoxes. And Confuci is a pious, wise, fair, loving woman with cultured manners. Not clear if she knew the secret code, as she did not make any records. Emchin is the younger brother, yellow-colored, squint-eyed, short, strong, and aloof. And he gets married to the fleeing Buchi from the Sindhu side for her wisdom, beauty, and culture, and created a large, fairly self-contained family, but unknown outside of their area due to enclosed mountainous region. The Mangyamp is the first character who comes from the north side, who takes control of the Buchi and Emchin's family. So fought with Far East Samuja constantly. So between East and Far East there is always that enmity starting from that time. Mangyamp briefly made inroads to southeast and mid-east sides as well, but could not maintain control over that. Mangyamp adapted most of the Buchi's culture, but did not care much about the secret code or its technique. So that basically loses the value in the most of the Emchin family, except one small thin line we'll see later in the last generation. The next character is Med King, is somewhat divided, where people who take care of the finances and the control or governing do not interact with most of the family members. That creates some sort of a class feudalism within the family, and due to the weakening of the large population, they fall victim to Kalampi, and Samuja also takes control of parts of East with their military strength. So the next character is Last Emp, weakened the head of the family due to starvation and lack of proper governance and widespread internal feuds, and loses control. And that leads to Shikiwari, is the disparate groups of family members control different parts of the large landscape and fought for full control among themselves. And due to external factors and the Kalampi's divisions, they were about to implode the family into several smaller pieces. There is a group of powerful leader led by Ma Zedong called Chikam was born. They got attracted, and the powerful leader married Kameshia, who came from Kami's family to the east side, and gave birth to several future generations, Kronstadt and Manfi. And during that marriage, with there is one more important character called Bu Tibet, who's a tiny little pious child who knew the secret code technique learned from Buchi, having that thin line continued on. But due to the majority of the family was in upheaval, they were targets of reverse discrimination, mainly due to agnostic Kameshia, basically drove Boot Tibet into exile and came to southeast side for support. And they are largely left alone, and their influence is not there in the east side, and they are thriving with the help of some of the Capis people, Holly especially, and Globy. Going back to Shikam character, they united the main parts of the family from the previous generation Shikiwari groups of leaders, and united under single fold, and that was the major life-saving event for that family. And they promised to give opportunities to common peasants and equalize the disparity that existed in the family. They took measures to heal badly wounded family by Imjab's atrocities. We'll see when we cover the Far East. And the Chikam gave birth to Kronstadt. Kronstadt is a strong Chikam's child, centrally governing and controlling, and started distancing from his uncle Lelin. And He got support from USAMI's leader, notably Richard Nixon, for opening up business relationship with USAMIs. And that Kronstadt and propelled the family into a powerful force in the entire state. And that gave birth to a very productive child, Manfi, that produced almost all the items that are required for the west side and also for others in the state. With Kronstadt, now he challenges the might of USAMIs and holds part of the control of Stocky and USAMIs real estate. Chicam influence and Kam Asia's influence gave birth to another problem child called Nokoko. He occupies a part of east landscape. He's an arrogant problem child who controls small part of the family, has an affair with Tyra, and is terrorizing the whole region, and also Cappy's family. The last one is Far East. This is a small island on the Far East side with cold weather, have limited resources. It starts with the characters Japemp. It's a tiny yellow colored, very powerful, skillful, aggressive, depends on the east landscape for their resources. Buchi's daughter Buzen, who knows the secret code like her mom, she's also pious, artistic, fair and loving woman with cultured manners. And this Buzen technique also is somewhat a slight variation from Buchi, and it has more influence of this Taochi from east side. Japem gets married to Buzen and start having the family. Samuja, next important character, and he is powerful, aggressive child, skillful in martial arts, started fights with the east side Mangemp, started controlling parts of the east side that are closer to Far East, and focusing on the martial arts and fights, did not care much about Buzen's secret code, and that makes them lose the secret code propagation to the future generation. Shogun is the next important character and self-contained aloof leader who remained mostly unaffected by Kalampi's reach. That gave birth to Imp Jap, is a most problematic child in this family and whole state, in fact. An aggressive demonic child committed lot of atrocities in the neighboring east side, buddied with Nahi and became a reason for statewide conflict Wavi, fights with Usamis, finally got killed with the powerful Atom Bee. She's the ultimate demonic child of Cappy's Atom Sea. Used to create mass destruction, and Usamis sent her to kill Imp Jap to end the statewide conflict. Wavi, a creation of Nahi. After a period of quiet after the storm, with the help of STEMI and USAMIs to rebuild that area, High-Techie was born. And High-Techie is a progressive child, systematic, intelligent child, grew up to create many useful innovative tools that are required for Cappy and Kampi in particular, help to normalize relations with other families. The last one in this mini is a tiny, very sophisticated, productive child of High-Techie. She gets controlled by Globy. So this concludes the description of characters in this open secret state. Hope the story was both informational at the same time enjoyable. If you are watching this video in parts, you can find the other parts of the story and also more about secret code and its techniques at YouTube PhD Shiva channel. Your feedback and comments are welcome. If you have any specific questions, please write email, or you can join Atmarashtra Facebook group. It is open for public. Thanks for watching.